Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
First, we're going to talk about a quick little thing that's happening in 2 weeks.
Well, quick to mention, but...
Quick to mention, long to watch, but good. PodSlam 2017. What's PodSlam 2017?
PodSlam 2017. Unlike PodSlam 2016 and 2015, this time it's going to be a 12-hour podcast marathon benefiting Connor's Cure.
Other times, it was benefiting Connor's...
It was still Connor's Cure, but it was like Connor's Cure. So we were able to... We tricked everybody and we kept all the money for ourselves.
But we're going legit this time. And we are giving all the money to our friend Connor, who will Venmo it to us.
But really, it's Connor's Cure is a charity benefiting pediatric cancer research. So we're going to be trying to raise... We raised a bunch of money last year. I think we raised $3,000. Something like that for Connor's Cure. So we're going to do it again this year. At IO Theater this time around
in Chicago. That's going to be September 23rd from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. Tickets are on sale now. You can go to arcadeaudio.net/podslam. $15 for a half day, $20 for a full day. So you're really throwing your money right down the toilet if you don't get that full day.
Totally agree. And while you're at arcadeaudio.net/podslam, if you can't make it to Chicago, you can also just donate directly there.
Yeah. It's going to be a great time. We're going to be there all day.
Yep. Just all the greatest hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and today.
Yeah. I think we go up around one or two.
I think we might be kicking it off like at 1.
Yeah.
So get there early for all of the...
and stay there late. Some of the podcasts, all of the podcasts. I'll just run down the list. Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling, Not Your Demographic, a feminist wrestling podcast. Dilettante Ball, that's us. Advanced TV Herstory, Podswoggle, a wrestling podcast with entertainment. Alka Hollywood, Our Father, Bad at Movies, Talkin' Wild with Dan, So Many Bits, Riverside Falls, Humanoid Resources, 9094 Chicago, Streamcasts, Would You Stream It? Pro Wrestling Trivia, Game Show, Podswoggle Versus, and the Podslam All-Star Rumble.
And Serial Season 3.
It's gonna be wild. We've got Adnan Syed. We've got Jay.
Dale Cumberbatch, whatever the... I don't remember. Yeah, Jay. That's good. That's a real person. We've got Sarah Koenig. That's one.
We've got Ira Glass.
That's everyone I can name. So yeah, come out to that or donate and help us get rid of pediatric cancer.
Yeah. That'd
be pretty sweet if it just got cured and then next year we had to figure out something.
This was the last $3,000 we needed.
Yeah. We got to figure out something else next year. Before we move on to the podcast, I just got a real quick iTunes review I want to read. And this one...
Did you write it?
I did not write it.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure somebody from Great Britain or Ireland wrote it.
Okay.
And here's the review. A very fun, chill podcast by Super Biased Man.
Great Britain or the United Kingdom?
What's the difference? There are some islands.
So Great Britain is just the island of Great Britain, which is Scotland, England, and Wales.
Doesn't include North Ireland.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, he's from that general vicinity.
I was doing... like an improv warm-up thing the other day, and we were naming like countries in the United Kingdom.
Okay, so 4.
And someone said Ireland. And
nope. Did you punch him in the face?
I didn't want to derail things and get indignant and say that the Republic of Ireland is not and never will be a part of the United Kingdom. But I just let it slide, but it hurt me. But I'm trying to just chill out.
One day at a time, baby. All right. So Super Biased Man says, love listening to the lads bounce off each other and whatever random article they've got for the week.
The lads.
Yeah, that was my first tip off. Here's my second tip off.
Oi.
Always good banter, especially the ill-informed chats about what Britain is like.
Oh, God. Did they spell always ALUWAYS?
Like always?
I don't know. I just, because they put U's in words.
Up shit.
I don't know. This is a dumb joke.
So, yeah. Always good banter, especially the ill-informed chats about what Britain is like.
What about the well-informed chats about what Britain is like?
He could do with some more ill-informed chats about Ireland, since they'd be closer to home for me.
Ooh. Okay.
So, he's either from Ireland or North Ireland or...
probably Ireland.
Yeah, I guess so, right? Or he lives in a houseboat off the coast of Ireland.
It's closer to home, but if they could talk about...
My specific, channel of...
I love Ireland. I've been. Have you? You've been?
I have been. I've only been to Dublin, but I have been.
I've been to Dublin. I've been to Malahide, and I've been to Howth, which are like right around Dublin.
Sure.
It was probably my favorite place I've ever been. I loved it so much.
Here's a weird fact. That was the first place I ever had a hamburger. And since then, I eat a fuckload of hamburgers.
That's crazy.
And I was like 20.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
That's the wrong place to do that.
Isn't that weird?
My favorite.
And it had an egg on top of it. And
so you started off right.
yeah, so.
One of my favorite things that I saw there was a restaurant. And I don't know if it was a chain or not, but the name of the restaurant was probably the best pizza in Dublin.
That
it's like
is awesome.
probably. We can't. I mean, we can't be sure.
Really
but
verify this.
It's probably the best.
And we've
pizza.
had it, and it's pretty good.
Man, the place where we stayed was like this dope. I must have talked about this before. But we stayed at this like dope bed and breakfast, and the breakfast part, we just like went into this woman's kitchen and she like straight up made us a breakfast.
That's crazy.
And then just chatted with us. And she was like, yeah, you got to go here for this. And you got to go here to do this. And
I love that so much.
We like went to this one pub it was called like the Gravediggers pub, which was right by.
Okay.
And I guess they called it that because it's like right up against a graveyard.
Yeah.
And like the gravediggers would go in through like a back door at night to like come in and get their pints. And she was like, yeah, go here for like the best live music, here for the best pint of Guinness, which is a very funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so dope. It was God, I would love to go. I would love to go back. It is lovely. We were right by the Botanic Gardens and we walked around there, which was it was just such a treat. I actually just saw because we're like getting pictures for like our wedding website and stuff, and I saw a picture from that vacation.
Our wedding, you and I.
Yeah, I saw a picture from that vacation and my pants were so baggy. It was like and it was not that, it was like 2010.
Okay.
But I just
You just looked like a
they looked bad. It was like embarrassing to see this picture.
Oh wow.
And they weren't like Jinkos or anything, but they were like probably boot cut.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, oh
man, that's
my legs are too skinny for that.
And to add insult to injury, we are already like 2 years behind in fashion anyway. So over there, they were like, "What is this guy doing?"
Yeah, over there they were already listening to, man. This is, I mean, we're just going hard on Ireland right now. But there was this YouTube channel of this kid. His name was Eli Caldwell. And he would do like pop music that was like, it was not great, but it was like very catchy and it was like funny and fun to listen to. Okay. And there was one song called Skinny Jeans. He like deleted all his videos off of YouTube.
Weird.
I mean, he wasn't like super popular or anything as far as I could tell, but gosh, I have been trying to find this song again, but it was not a great song, but it was very fun and funny to listen to. And I listened to it a lot and now I can't find it.
It's somewhere. We can find it.
I've tried, but it's like, it's the song's called Skinny Jeans, and he's just singing about a girl's skinny jeans.
Just the simple things, you know.
Yeah.
Really bring it back to high school.
If Eli Caldwell is listening, let me hear that sweet music.
Yeah, just send us a
SoundCloud.
thumb drive.
Thumb drive, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I would go back to Ireland. Our reusable shopping bags that we use are from a Tesco in Ireland.
Yeah,
because like we went shopping, and at the time it was like, I think they just didn't have bags. You like had to use reusable bags.
Okay.
So we're like, yeah, I guess we'll
buy
these
Tesco bags.
Yeah, we also have some from
Sainsbury,
Monoprix in France because it was
Okay.
like the same thing, and I think we actually accidentally stole those because
we
we
like a
didn't.
deposit you had to return them.
Well, because you're supposed to buy them, but when we brought them up to the counter, the cashier just thought that we had brought them back with us, and my French was not good enough at the time to fully understand what was going on.
Sure, yeah.
So I was like,
it's definitely
okay.
on him. Like, yeah.
So yeah, I stole some bags. I'm sorry.
So you're actually not allowed to be back in France now.
Yes, that is true.
There's definitely a warrant out for your arrest, and warrants kind of accrue interest. So you have like 3 years worth of jail coming your way.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and you do not want to go to a French jail. Ask the Count of Monte Cristo.
Or
I'm not even sure if that was in France.
Les Mis.
That's probably what I'm thinking of. Actually,
I could be a regular
Montpellier.
Yep, a regular.
My favorite flavored sparkling water.
It's my favorite U.S. capital.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get an article?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
We've talked long enough. We've actually talked a very long time. Wowie zowie.
Well, at least it's all been constructive
and like directed very, very much
super biased, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're fucking welcome.
You're welcome. You're
Asshole.
welcome. If you want us to talk about where you live,
All you gotta do is tweet a 5-star review at us on iTunes.
and hope that it's someplace that we've been.
Yeah.
I have a friend who started listening, and the first episode maybe that's available online is from when we were going through the states, and it's the state that he is from.
Oh wow.
And he was like, I'm in it now.
hooked. Yeah, you got me.
But we were very mean to his state. He was North Dakota, and apparently
Well-
we just like kept bringing it up in later episodes. Like, man,
Well, it's not as good as-
At least
not as bad
it's
as-
not. Yep. So you better hope. This sounds awesome.
Name one damn good thing about North Dakota.
It ain't South Dakota.
So that's about as good as it gets.
This article sounds awesome, and this is the name of our like metal band,
All right.
Nitrogen Narcosis.
Now I'm gonna assume.
Oh fuck.
It's something like the bends.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the bends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Narcosis while diving, also known as nitrogen narcosis, inert gas narcosis, raptures of the deep.
Okay, so that's gonna be our like Dream Theater fucking.
Is nitrogen narcosis our name and Raptures of the Deep the album?
Maybe that's what it is.
Raptures of the Deep is
maybe-
kind of very.
Maybe Raptures of the Deep is what the cover band of us plays as.
Or Raptures of the Deep feels like maybe that's our side project where we do like mood music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Dream Theater, like real like it's not metal, but it's like what is the genre of Dream Theater? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like new wave metal,
It's like prog.
It's definitely prog,
like modern prog, yeah. Or Martini Effect. Not as cool.
Martini Effect
Is a reversible alteration in consciousness that occurs while diving at depth. It is caused by the anesthetic effect of certain gases at high pressure. The Greek word narcosis is derived from narke, temporary decline or loss of senses and movement, numbness, a term used by Homer and Hippocrates. Narcosis produces a state similar to drunkenness, alcohol intoxication,
They had to clarify what drunkenness meant.
or nitrous oxide inhalation. They don't clarify that. It can occur during shallow dives, but does not usually become noticeable at depths less than 30 meters. So maybe this is like the reverse of the bends. Instead of, it's just like when you're down there rather than when you're coming up.
Oh, interesting.
Except for helium and probably neon, all gases that can be breathed have a narcotic effect. Whoa.
I don't know that.
Although widely varying in degree, this effect
Is
is
it because like it like deprives your body of oxygen or as much oxygen as you would expect to get?
probably.
Yeah.
But it's weird because there's like no oxygen in the air. Isn't the air like 97% nitrogen or something crazy like that?
Yeah, it's 21% oxygen and like 79%.
And like 91% nitrogen.
Yeah, it's scientists can't really figure it out.
The effect is consistently greater for gases with a higher lipid solubility, and therefore good evidence that the two properties are mechanistically related. As depth increases, the mental impairment may become hazardous. Divers can learn to cope with some of the effects of narcosis, but it is impossible to develop a tolerance. What?
What if that's how divers like they just don't get drunk anymore? They just like, you want to go for a dive?
Narcosis affects all divers, although susceptibility varies widely from dive to dive and between individuals. That's fucking... Why have we never heard about this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Narcosis may be completely reversed in a few minutes by ascending to a shallower depth with no long-term effects. Thus, narcosis while diving in open water rarely develops into a serious problem as long as the divers are aware of its symptoms and are able to ascend to manage it. Diving much beyond 40 meters, 130 feet, is generally considered outside the scope of recreational diving. In order to dive at greater depths, as narcosis and oxygen toxicity become critical risk factors, special training is required in the use of various helium-containing gas mixtures, such as Trimix or Heliox.
So, like, would your oxygen tank have helium in it?
Maybe. These mixtures prevent narcosis by replacing some or all of the breathing gas with non-narcotic helium.
There you go. Wow, that's crazy. So, like, if you got into trouble down there, would your voice sound like stupid? Well, fuck. Oh, there's a shark.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Why- this seems like something that, like, why do we know about the bends but not this?
Because the bends kills you?
But this happens every time you fucking
That's
dive.
true, yeah. Probably happens a lot more than the bends, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. That's so interesting. I have a lot of friends who are dive certified. I've never heard of this.
I have a lot of friends who get drunk.
Yeah, so you think between the two of us, we'd hear.
That is just so nuts. And what a crazy...
Is it just it can't be like killing you, right? Because like that would be like...
Right, it said it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like you just go up and you're like, oh, I'm
So
fine.
it's not like your brain is deprived of oxygen or anything. It's just the wrong
The wrong mixture?
I guess.
How crazy would it be if, like... to you get drunk, but then to reverse it, you just like drink a glass of water and then you're fine.
Yeah. Well, isn't that kind of how it works?
I mean,
sort of. No,
that's
probably not
more
true,
how you like prevent getting a hangover.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, if it was just
the cure was literally just go up for a minute.
Yeah, just stop doing like Like, I'm just gonna not drink for 30 seconds and drink water instead, and then I'll be fine.
Get
like,
right back
you
to
can just
pounding
balance the.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
What other stuff that people do has hazards like that?
Oh, I don't know of things we know. Like, there's probably a lot of stuff.
Well, I just mean like, every time you skydive, you shit your pants. Like, what? What? Like, people skydive all the time. Why have I never heard this?
Right.
Like,
well, that's like I assume it's an urban myth that planes will eject their bathroom tank.
That's a space peanut.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely
it's like, well, then how
fake.
come we're not constantly getting hit by
turds? Yeah,
space peanuts.
Yeah, I don't know. And every time you mow the lawn,
you eat 3 spiders in your sleep.
Yeah,
like,
but this is a real thing.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? This is not really super related, but the people selling fireworks, they don't have good stuff under the register or in the back.
What do you mean?
People are always like,
"Oh,
hey, where's the good stuff?" It's like, well, if I had the good stuff, I'd be arrested. And
yeah,
I would. That was the other thing I used to say. It would be at home, and I would be shooting it off right now.
Although if you go to like, New York or something, and you're like, show me the real good fake stuff.
Yeah,
they'll like take you into a back room. One time we went to New York, and there are people on the street who were like, and we were very young, so quite honestly, we could have been duped. But it was, as far as we could tell, like a good fake bag,
Okay.
But there are people on the street like holding sheets of paper with pictures of bags, so that they're not holding the bag.
Okay.
So they can't be like, I'm not selling a bag. I just got pictures of a bag.
Okay.
And we were like, yeah, well, let's see it.
Yeah.
And she like took us like 3 blocks away and into an alley and like into a van.
And killed you.
And we went into the van. She closed the door, turned the lights on, and the van was just filled with bags.
And guns.
Which do you want? Yeah, one of each.
What the hell?
It was crazy.
And I mean, whatever. Yeah, you're not an expert, but like, did it seem like, well, these are legit?
I mean, I believe they were fakes, but they were good. Look, I mean, I don't know. Jessica knows about bags better than I do, and she was like, "This is good."
Here's what I hate about that. I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a tangent, I guess, but like, so you would buy a bag like that for the status of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But, and maybe I don't know about women's fashion. That's very possible. But I would have to assume the price tag is in some way that expensive because it's a high quality bag, right?
To an extent. Okay. But I think after a certain point, it's like you're just paying for the name,
Right. And that's sort of what I'm getting at. Like if for example, the bag I have, it's not a purse, it's a bag. And just don't get it twisted, okay? Write in a journal. It's
not a diary.
But that bag, it costs like a little bit of money. Not a ton. I didn't break the bank, but I've now had it for like 5 or 6 years. I plan on having it for honestly like another 20.
Sure.
And if I were to buy a knockoff of that bag, and there's no like emblem or symbol or anything on it, like nobody knows what it is, necessarily. But if I bought a knockoff on it, it'd be a cheapo and it would be like busted in a year.
Sure. Well, but that's the thing is, because nobody can tell what it is, it's just like, this is a good bag. But then it's like, when it has like the logo or whatever on it, it's like, oh, that's a that bag.
Right. And that's what I'm getting at, where it's like, it just makes me mad, where it's like, so you're just having this to have it so people can see it and know that you have it.
Sure.
I don't know. That just doesn't sit well with me.
I think
I'm not like casting aspersions on 18-year-old Jessica.
Sure.
I'm just saying in general, like,
I think that happens with a lot more things than you think.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like, I mean, even as far as like, Publix Cola is probably I just as good, if not better than Coke. Or you know what I mean?
Sure.
But you're still getting Coke.
Right.
It's like,
yeah, you are right.
You're getting
between the two, I'm getting the Coke. Well,
right. Publix Cola that's a bad example because Publix Cola is very
pretty good.
But I'm getting Oreos. I'm not getting Jewel Osco cream sandwiches or whatever.
Well, in those particular instances, I would have to do. I mean, with this particular instance, I'd have to do like a food taste test. Or whatever, but
then it's like the store brands are probably good enough,
Right.
as a fake bag is.
Well, here's a good example. Kind
Okay.
of in this sort of thing. Like, I'll get the Walgreens brand like medicines.
Sure.
You know, like over the name brand because I know for a fact it's
the
exactly
same
the
stuff,
same
yeah.
thing. You know, whereas like maybe food or drink, maybe the ingredients are a little off. Whatever,
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, like name brand medicine, it's like no, I'm not gonna pay triple for the exact same thing. Like most of my shirts are from a specific brand and that happens to have a logo on them. And if I had my druthers, they wouldn't have the logo.
Sure.
And the reason I buy them isn't because it's from this brand. It's because they're good quality shirts. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of something else where it's like you're paying for the thing but not realizing. I don't know.
I mean, probably a lot more stuff than we realize.
That's
You
I
know?
feel like
that's like how advertising works.
that's how like ingrained it is like we don't even
Right.
realize how
like when I
how-
go to like buy a razor, for example, I'm like, oh, you know, I'll buy a Schick Quattro or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
You know, because I'm like, well, I don't recognize this other one, so I just don't know if I can trust it.
Right.
Even though, just because I know the name of something,
Doesn't
that's
mean
enough
it's-
for me
yeah.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know.
It's like I could be breathing helium, but instead I'm breathing all this oxygen.
It's literally the same thing, and we're just too stuck up to do something about it. You would die if you just. Doesn't helium kill you? And it's literally because you're not drinking. What is it called? Breathing.
Water.
You're not breathing.
You're not drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so.
In high amounts, you know.
I don't know. You know, when I was a kid, it used to freak me out. Like when my parents
Helium.
would inhale helium, I was like, "You're gonna die," and it scared me to do it. And I would like, not.
It's kind of a scary thing.
Yeah, I want to suck on that gas that makes your voice deep.
Cleaner will do that. Duster will do that. And I had a friend who did it once, and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" And then I found out later, like, yeah, that's gonna fuck you up. Like, yeah. But he was kind of like one of those friends where you like fuck it, like whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we're also like running out of helium in the earth.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, there have to be other gases that are lighter than air that we can still put in balloons, right?
Yeah, probably. It's like, why do we land on helium? Do we just like find some like good veins and we're just been
Yeah, that must have been. Well, fuck, balloons float now.
right?
All these balloons on the ground can go up.
And how did that get discovered? Was somebody like walking through a tunnel and then they're
Whoa, this is a weird tunnel. Whoa,
yeah.
whoa. Well, yeah, give me that rubber bladder.
yeah, exactly.
I got an idea.
Yeah, give me that canteen.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I wonder, like, what else is like that is going to happen? You know, like, oh, we discovered. Oh yeah, like, we don't need wires anymore. Electricity just happens in the air because we figured out, like, you know.
that it's been there all along.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's the Arbornet, baby.
Smell you later. What does that remind me of? That hockey player, like, it's just a game. Have you seen that?
No.
He's like a guy who, like, you know, kind of speaks English because he's a hockey player. He's like from Russia, and someone's like, you know, it's in an interview, like, what do you think about so and so? And you're doing, you know, like, it's just a game.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.